Okay, hello, this is video 1 for the Candy Marble project, and this is on the basic vocabulary. The first word that we're going to look at is emphasis. What I would like you to do is on the worksheet that you should have in front of you, you are going to go ahead and fill out the worksheet and write down the definitions for the word or the words. Okay, so with emphasis, emphasis is when artists use emphasis to create a center of interest. It is the part of the work they want the viewer to notice first. Okay, so go ahead and write that down. There are two examples that I have put here for you to look at. And there are two questions that are below the two examples. Question 1 says, how do each of these photographs show emphasis? Question 2 asks, give one example for each picture. What I'd like you to do is answer these two questions in your sketchbook. Label it appropriately in your sketchbook so that you and I know that you're answering it for this question on emphasis. All right. This slide also has to deal with emphasis. These are some project examples of student work. And you'll see here there's an example for student number 1 and then from student number 2. Question number 3 says, the student example showing the best example of emphasis in the project is it number 1 or is it number 2? What do you think? You're going to write that down in your sketchbook. And question number 4, what led you to choose the student example that you picked? Was there more emphasis put on one candy by the creation of more detail? More colors presented in one given area? What got your interest? Okay. The next vocabulary word is space. The definition of space is that it has height, width, and depth. Space includes foreground, middle ground, and background. For question 5, what picture is a clear example of the element of space? For number 6, why? Why is it a clear example of space? Again, on this slide, these are some student examples showing the element or the principle, or not, I'm sorry, the element of space. So, for question number 6, the student example showing the best use of space in their project is student 1 or student 2? What led you to choose the student example that you picked? Was there more depth to one of the pictures? Is there a clear difference shown in sizes of the objects drawn to show the viewer where the objects have been placed, such as in the foreground or background? Okay, the next word is balance. There are three basic kinds of balance. Symmetrical, which means they're same on both sides. Asymmetrical, different on both sides but not equal. And radial, comes from the center. For numbers 8, 9, and 10, I would like you to write down which one of these is symmetrical, what picture is asymmetrical, and which one is radial. All right, for balance, I've given you just one picture here to look at. Student number 1. This is a good example of balance in the student's work. And for number 11, it says, what type of balance does this project display? Is it symmetrical? Is it radial? Or is it asymmetrical? Okay, the next two words are rhythm and movement. Rhythm is created through a variety in a pattern. Movement is the course that a viewer's eye takes as it moves across the surface. Moving from element to element, the eye traces a path around the picture. All right, here are two examples of rhythm and movement in the student work. For number 12, what elements of art help our eyes to find a path around the pictures presented above? Your choices are line, shapes, form, value, color, textures, and space. A little hint, you could always have more than one of these choices in a piece of artwork. And that is the end of our video. We will be moving on to the next video, so I'll see you then.